I still dream of the good old times, before hell flames ravaged the lands. When I thought of myself as an adventurer, a hero, I cling to these memories, if only to keep my sanity in this hell. But now I know how to fight back. The Elder Scrolls I found, they speak of ancient demons, betrayed and imprisoned under the sands by the Lord of Hell ages ago. May the gods forgive my sin for what I will do, but I would sacrifice anything for the demons to pay for what they did to my family, even becoming a demon myself. I will make a pact and fight hell with their own weapon, corruption. Yet to take a demon's power, the scrolls advise balance between chaos and order, purity and corruption, or risk losing oneself. My path is clear. I know the weight of my choice. I will wage my soul with each step and each decision I take, outsmarting the darkness within and without. I shall return to the dungeons I treaded in my youth, which now shift and twist, reshaped by insidious demonic forces. Delving into these halls, I will slay the demons and take their magic and artifacts, honing my power to face hell itself before our world is doomed. Each corridor, each room, powerful foes and unique challenges will test my courage and fortune, but I will not stop until I kill the Lord of Hell. I swear to have Abaddon's head. While his army focuses on hunting survivors, I will take his generals one by one, and then I will have my world back.
Welcome back, everyone. Flanks06 here. It's been a long time since I've done a video like this, so it's great to do this again. And really, I mean, this is it here. Odalin, Dungeons of Doom, the next big game here by us here at Dragori Games. And I'm excited to talk about this some more today. I know we technically made this announcement a while ago, but been very busy with a lot of other things going on. Of course, Tanares coming out here real soon. And I got more videos for Tanares coming, but you know, we're gonna be talking Odalin today, and we'll go from there. All right, so if you don't know me, I am Flanks06. I am the community manager at Dragori Games, and usually with these kind of videos is to try to help inform as much as I can and try to provide any additional context and really just kind of, you know, get a discussion going on with you guys in the community. So if you ever have comments, questions, of course, make sure to leave those down in the comments below, and I will answer those. All right, so let's just kind of jump right into Odalin here. Big game coming out, which I'm going to actually start off this here with, is coming June 25th. We will be launching the campaign. I don't have an exact time yet, but you know, days should give you a pretty good time there. So yep, that's right. We are about, I think, 47 days from that, so not much longer. So you're going to want to keep this on your calendar here pretty soon, because that is not far away now. So Odalin, Dungeons of Doom. It's a dungeon crawler game based in a dark fantasy setting, where you're going to be rolling dice, you're going to be fighting all kinds of villains, you're going to be exploring the dungeon and the world around you, flipping cards. There's some in resource management where you're trying to manage the order and soul and corruption tracks to try to keep those in balance as much as you can. But let's kind of get down into the details here. If you haven't followed, this is a GameFound exclusive campaign. It's not on Kickstarter this time. It is on GameFound only. So make sure to come to GameFound here, and then there's a button right here where you can click the follow. And when you do that, you'll become a follower here. And by doing that, you will earn this this miniature here, K-Ron, Master of 1,000 Faces. My face was burned by the demons. I now wield 1,000 faces to have my revenge. Um, anyway, so free miniature right there from the beginning. So make sure to follow the game so you can order your copy of Odalin and be able to play this great game. So we have many more rewards coming in here, starting off. So we are doing it really through two different ways. One is followers, of course. So by getting more followers, we're unlocking other rewards. At this point, we're already, 9,400 and what was it, 9,489 followers. So the more we can get, the better. And the next unlock here is at 11,000. We've already unlocked additional loot cards. We've already unlocked additional villains that you can fight. And then even some consumable loot cards. The other ones being item cards there. So yeah, just by following the campaign, we're already starting to unlock some things. The second part here is the experience track. Let's quickly jump down to what that is. But basically what it is if you can do these what we call side quests, right? Basically ways to engage some with the community, but also with social media, so we can help get the word out. The more people we can follow, right, the more things that can be unlocked in the campaign. But we have Facebook share here, retweets on Twitter or X, and then liking the Dragori Games Facebook page, and of course liking Odalin on BGG. And then there's even some other things where if you can get some people that are video reviewers to mention the game, then we can get even more XP. And let's do it. We need your help to spread the word. I know GameFound doesn't have quite the same reach as Kickstarter usually does, so the more help we can get, the better. All right, so let's kind of jump into Odalin here, Dungeons of Doom. I'll kind of, give it here as we're going along, but it is, dark fantasy desert. There's some images that you'll see that are very reminiscent of older games, and so that's kind of why the direction of this game is trying to give you some classic dungeon crawler feelings, but then at the same time using more modern board game mechanics. Probably one of the shining things of this game, and just like all of our games, right, we have fantastic miniatures. So we got Lilith, the Witch of Sins, who is one of the demons. She can come unpainted or as a painted option. Vine, Primarch of Savagery there. Nurgle, King of the Underworld, and Astarte, Queen of Lust. So we got some demon characters here, and probably the coolest thing with this is actually, and I think now that I think about it, I think it's near the end of the page here, this graphic. But basically in this game, you're going to be able to do certain things to turn your hero character into this demon character. By doing that, you activate other abilities that you don't have access to when you're in your normal human form. And you also get like a powerful aura that's specific to the demon you have a pact with. So you'll be able to customize what hero you want to use, and you'll be able to make a build with that character. And along with that is getting that pack with the demon that you are going to get that with. So this is kind of just showing real quick what's happening there. So those are our demons. Of course, I highly expect that additional demons will be unveiled as we get into the campaign. But this is kind of just to start you off. So, of course, a beautiful miniatures, just like we always do, that you're going to be able to put onto your table and just admire the beauty there. All right, so what is it doing here? Odalin, you're going to be exploring an ever-changing dungeon where you're going to use different tiles. It's going to change every time. It's not just going to be the same map, same thing every time. And so you're going to kind of discover it as you are going through the game, flipping tiles over. And of course, there's going to be a world of decisions here, as it says. So the narrative, there's a campaign story here that is going to basically you will be following throughout the game. You're going to be trying to unveil a mystery that's going on in the world. Now, you kind of got a little glimpse there of what the story was, right? Of this character who has had his family murdered by the demons. And the gods of the world now vanished from the world or potentially killed, and then replaced by this demon army led by Abaddon, who is basically coming to wipe out the remaining hero characters or the people of the world, and you are trying to do what you can to save what is left. And in doing so, that is why you are making a pact with these are demons that are have been banished from within their own kind. So they have already been imprisoned basically by Abaddon, and you are making this pact with them to essentially try to, do what's heroic, right? Trying to take back your world, save who you can, but at the same time, there's this dark fantasy element of, as you do this, maybe your decisions are always not the quite good heroic thing, right? I mean, you start making some decisions that you think is justifying the means, and I think that's a main theme that we're trying to push with this game is you take great power, but with that power, you have the chance to really destroy some of the things that you're really fighting for. So you're gonna have to kind of try to keep those things in balance. And I'll kind of show you what that means here. So you got these demonic alliances here, fantastic characters like we saw here earlier. And what's cool is each demon gets a card that you will mix with your hero's action card deck. I believe it's about 10 or so action cards, and then you are going to place these cards over the top of the other ones. So let's get down. Well, I guess let's just jump down to the image that I'm thinking, and then we'll come back. So here we go. There is one minor mistake in this graphic where it shows like Guardian and Sorcerer. You're not sharing cards. Each hero has their own deck of cards. But just in case you were kind of confused on that, but you'll have two different sides on this. Then you have this red side here, right, that you overlay on the top of your hero's card. So that's how you're going to essentially mix these cards. We do have some mechanics in the game that are similar to Tanares, where you're going to be able to take actions that happen outside of your turn. So it's not just going to be, like a lot of games where you're just kind of sitting around waiting until it's your turn again. There will be some things that you're going to do, but you have to manage your hand of cards because you only get so many cards over time. And each time you use one of these, you're discarding your cards. What's this showing here is you're going to use a sleeve, and what we mentioned in a recent update is this sleeve will be thicker essentially, so that way you can have both of these individual cards sleeved, and you can put them in there so that way they don't get damaged. But basically, sleeve your sleeved cards. And this is how you're going to be able to customize your hero and your demon. All right, so let's jump back up here to the top. Let's look at these heroes that are coming. I've seen a lot of comments already from people that really like the theme of the characters that we've gone with. I do also agree. I like Marukesh here, the sorcerer, who's basically like a tiger guy. Is pretty cool mercenary character. And he's going to be, filling more of a traditional sorcerer character. But like I said, there's multiple builds, so there'll be ways to kind of mix and match. And each of the demons have different builds as well. So you're kind of like mixing whichever one, you could have maybe more of like a tanky sorcerer, or maybe you get a healer, melee damage guy or something, right? So you're going to be able to kind of mix that up. Then we have Vespera, the necromancer here. Me and Michael, the lead game designer at Dragori, have talked a lot about, necromancer characters, because we feel like a lot of characters in games, they just don't do it quite right. Anyway, so there's going to be some cool minions here that Vespera will get to use as part of her action deck that she's going to be able to put out on the board. So excited to see where that will go. Then we got Gavriel, the paladin here. He's one of your kind of, I guess he's kind of tanky, but I think he also is kind of a damage and healing character. Probably more on like the healing side than anything. And then we have Kira, the demon hunter. A little fitting to some previous characters you might have seen out there. So Kira there, the demon hunter, pretty awesome. I really like that style of that character. And then we have probably the hero I see talked about the most, Tuscan, the Guardian. And that's exactly what he is. He is a tank character with that massive mace there. And here's the full team. Actually, there's a way cooler graphic, but we'll show that here in a second. So you're going to be fighting different kinds of enemies, Viper casters, thugs, bandit archers, cultists, other snake dudes here like this. And of course, we're going to be adding a lot more as the campaign gets going. And as you saw in the last update 2 that Alex did, he mentions about additional ideas for more villains. So if you guys got some great ideas out there, make sure to throw them into the comments of either the update or the comments of the campaign, and we'll check it out. There is the renders of the miniatures there, looking absolutely beautiful. If you've seen any of our previous products, you'll know that these are pretty close to what you're gonna get. Like, they look really good. There's high details that come out on these miniatures, and it's not just purely just a render. Right now, getting 100%, that's always challenging to do, because mass production does have some limitations, especially when it's usually a mix of PVC and an ABS mix, to try to make it rigid but still a little bit flexible in case you're dropping pieces off your table. But since it's not like a resin, for example, resin of course is like the AAA standard in miniatures of getting really high quality. It's not gonna be quite that great, but it will still be very high quality miniatures, much better than a lot of other games. All right, so we got some other cool characters here that we've seen. This is the Thousands Faces K-Run, and he's got a pretty intense cape there. That is very billowy. If you know anything about Dragori games, they love capes and they love skulls. So be on the lookout for capes and skulls. All right. So let's talk a little bit about The combat. So this hero mat here, basically you have a mat, and then you're going to have like these different cube pieces, which you're going to be able to change over the course of things that happen in the battle. You have an HP tracker there on the bottom. And I could be wrong. I'm not sure if the mat, I forget if the mat right now is designed to be like replaceable with the hero in the center, and the mat is just separate, or if it's combined together. But I think it might be separate. And then you have like a stat block here to the side, and that is going to be modified by different items that you have. It's kind of hard to see in the images, but there is like basically the different stat items that will contribute a certain. I think it's like I guess it's too hard to see in the picture, but basically it's going to contribute so much to like your vigor, your might, your mind, or your spirit there. And so then you'll be able to modify that and move those around based on what items you have chosen with your character. All right, so souls and corruption system. Let's look at the graphics here for that. So basically how this works, you can kind of see on the screen here. You have a track on the left, which is, I believe this one is your soul. So generally, having soul is important for different things you can like unlock in the game. And then the track on the right is your corruption track. So these are going to be able to go up and down depending on your actions that you're taking when you're killing different villains. And probably the most important thing, as you'll see, is like this 5 area there. You kill a villain here, he'll release a certain amount of corruption, and in this case it is taking him up to 5 there. And when you hit that 5, you hit 5 soul and corruption. You can spend that to turn into a demon. So then you bring those back down and you become the demon miniature that you have a pack with, gaining, being able to use those demon abilities. Let's look at it again. Using those demon abilities and being able to use like the aura card that will come with that demon. And now the most important thing is you'll kind of notice that there's a spot here at the top where it says lose control. So when you turn into a demon, you're a demon for that round, and so your attacks are more powerful then. But if you continue to let this track go up, which can even happen even when you're in a demon form, you can lose control. And what happens is you basically just you lose control and you are forced to attack an ally, and you cannot regain control until you haven't attacked an ally, or that there's been some way for you to go back down and regain control. So that is one of the things that you have to balance, and that's going to be important because there's different things that happen in the game to move these tracks up and down, from event cards, from killing enemies, from unlocks in the dungeon that can move your corruption track. All right, let's kind of see what it looks like in terms of exploring around. You're going to be able to have like the different rooms that are possible to explore. You'll flip the token that'll connect over to a different piece. Now there is certain dungeons that'll have like a part where you will connect to, but the intent is that it's like a mystery each time. It shouldn't be the same dungeon every single time when you're playing. You just flip over and you're gonna check a book to tell you like what pieces it could be. And then you populate it with some bad guys there and any traps, treasure, and you're going to place all those there on the board. So these graphics just kind of giving you just a little hint idea of what's coming there for exploring the world. And then, of course, here, loot is a big part of this game. I'd say this is intended to be, a dice chucking, fun dungeon crawler type game where you're going to be able to get those consumable loot items there, and you get this from, of course, killing bad guys or exploring and finding chests to unlock. All right, so this graphic here just showing the heroes. So starting with the starting 5 heroes that will be available from the beginning. Of course, we always have other expansion content to allow you to, get more heroes and plenty more things along the way. Can't say too much yet, but there definitely will be more as we get into the campaign. And that is pretty much it. So that is kind of the quick look here at Odalin Dungeons of Doom, product coming out June 25th here on GameFound. So, be sure to come back day one. And in fact, that reminds me that there should have been one more, and I think I closed it. So let me jump here to the one that I was really trying to show. So one more thing, we are going to be having a few special commitments and things that we're going to be promising to do here for this campaign. One is just like the Tanares Ultimate Campaign, we had a guarantee that you would receive your items. So after... basically the intent of this is if your games are not already on the way to your hub from the local hub to your house after the campaign is closing, the estimated time of closing, then you can get 100% refund on your pledge there. So that is a fantastic guarantee there of being able to get your money back, really at the expense of us taking too long to get it to you. So it's pretty dang good. I don't know if I have ever seen any other company. We tried it here on Tanares Ultimate, and it looks like we should be able to make that for everybody. So Alex is having us do it again here for Odelin, and hopefully this will get people, feeling confident that you will get your items and it's not going to take you, years and years to receive your items. Additionally, we will have stretch pay, which is a way to break up the payments of the game. We live in a world now where things have gotten a lot more expensive, including board games. And of course, bigger box games, which I'd say this is still on the side. I'd say it's bigger than Arena, slightly, probably a little bit more than Arena. And then definitely less than Tanares Adventures was. So it will be, and then within that same complexity too. So it'll be a bigger game than Arena, but then also a little bit more complex, but not really that significantly more. But is intended to be, still fun, intuitive to play. So the stretch pay is a good way to kind of break up those costs of the game that GameFound offers, and it just makes it more convenient for people. Then we have the stable pledge here. Basically, stable pledge is us saying that we will show a shipping table, and the shipping table will be within 10% of whatever the final amount is. So we try to get estimates, right, of what the cost of shipping will be. Now, the biggest challenge is that can fluctuate for publishers, right? And it's really hard to say because the state of the world just changes so much. But Stable Pledge is trying to find a safe place, so that way exactly, or at least very close to what the shipping cost should be, and not be surprised with a massive bill later on. Another thing that we're throwing in here is that there will be no updated version for more than 2 years. And really, that's probably being generous because there may not ever be another, an updated version for Odalin. It's possible that, could just be this one, and that's it. Maybe there'll be other expansions, or a different game in the future, or whatever else, right? But the point is, there won't be like a 1.5 or anything shortly after this, so that way it's not like you have to replace your game soon after getting it, right? So anyway, that is pretty much all I have. Oh man, this is the reason I was coming here. And of course, this is going to be our day one item here. So if you are new to the campaign, or new to Dragori Games campaigns, we often do a day one reward. And what that is basically you back the game on that first day within the 24 hours. And usually, we can see, like, based on a backer number, who is fitting this. And if you do, you will get this miniature, which is not even a miniature, it's a bigature, for basically part of your pledge. So he'll be coming free there. Just beautiful miniature. And I guess one other thing I should probably mention for anybody that's been a returning backer, and we always very much value our previous backers, because they are what makes us being able to make these campaigns and continue on, right? Without the backers, we can't do what we do, because it's it's a tough world these days, right? So big box games are not necessarily those games that are flying off the shelves at retail, and often it's usually they just won't get there. I spent a lot of time talking to companies out there about this, and it's just between the weight and size alone makes things so expensive, that most of the time retailers just don't want to pick up these kind of games. So it's very challenging for us to do that. And we're trying to go that direction, trying to see what we can do to help out the retail side. But what I'm saying is, really, you're going to get the best deal, and you're going to get really the most content through backing the campaign, because a lot of items just won't be available in retail. And just won't be there. And then of course you're getting some of those free items by backing early on. Okay, but anyway, that is Odalin Dungeons of Doom coming June 25th. Super excited. Hope you guys are too. It's great to talk to the community again. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I got some Tanares stuff hitting out soon. But that is it for today, and we'll see you at the next one.